We got a trade to talk about that could change everything for the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome into this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. Could Noah Fant be on the way out, and who could be coming in? We have an exciting trade idea that's being talked about by one Seahawks insider. We'll tell you here in just a matter of moments. Tom Downey of the Cowboys Report. He's a friend. I like Tom a lot. Good guy. But he does talk a lot of smack. And he said we can't get 500 likes on today's video. Who do the Cowgirls think they are, folks? Back me up on this. I said, without a doubt, we can get 500 likes on today's video. So do your part. Like the video. And let's stick it to the Cowboys Report. They get 500 likes all the time, folks. We need to show them who's boss. Hit that like button. We'll get started with today's show. Good night, Vienna, for Noah Fant. Could his days be numbered in Seattle? It has been much talked about over the last several months that Noah Fant could potentially be moved. And there's been a lot of different rumblings of some things out there, whether it's getting cut or getting traded, especially after a solid rookie campaign from A.J. Barner and then the draft pick of Elijah Arroyo, who I'm incredibly high on as well. Noah Fant's been a bit underwhelming these last couple of seasons. The last 2 years, he only has one receiving touchdown more than you and I. That's one total. So with that and all the money he's making, where he's well overpaid, is it time to potentially move on? Well, 12-Man Rising has this very exciting trade idea that I think is just a home run for the Seattle Seahawks here. It's a player-for-player trade. We rarely see these in the NFL. No picks involved, just straight up with the New York Jets. The Seahawks get offensive guard John Simpson in exchange for Noah Fant. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like Jim Carrey and Yes Man, just saying yes to everything. Yes, yes, yes. This would be a home run move for the Seattle Seahawks. I think, for one, let's start with the tight end position for a moment. You're not going to have much, if any, fall off. I feel pretty confident in Arroyo and Barner both that they can get the job done and that there wouldn't be much of a gap of things lost from moving on to Noah Fant. Not to mention, Noah Fant is not going to be back after this year anyway. And then it's the offensive line here, all right? So I lose out on a tight end. But then my biggest problem on this entire roster right now, the right guard position, I slip in, and that looks a whole lot better. So you think about it, just for a scale here, what I lose at the tight end spot is like this, and what I gain at the offensive guard spot is like this, all right? It works out very well for Seattle. And then the financials also look good for the Hawks here. With the trade, they save about $2.9 million against the cap. And this trade, even though it works in favor of Seattle financially, both teams are in a good spot cap-wise where they could make a deal like this work. Here's more from Todd Vandenberg of 12th Man Rising, who's suggesting this idea. John Simpson played over 1,000 snaps last year and allowed just 3 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, and 20 pressures overall. Pro Football Focus ranked him as the 11th best guard in the league last year. They graded him even higher at run blocking than at pass protection. And we all know the Seahawks are going to focus on the run more than ever. The Seahawks get a massive upgraded guard, and the Jets get a huge upgraded tight end. The financial numbers work in Seattle's favor as well, but not so much that New York might shy away from the deal. I think, folks, this is a rare win-win trade here. And we're going to explain more from the Jets' perspective, as well as for Seattle's, why this trade would work out for both sides in just a moment. But for me, like, I look at this scenario here for Seattle of you get that offensive line really going, right? And take a huge step, and you still have Bradford and Haynes potentially as backups to make that work. And then you move on from Noah Fant, who you don't really want around here anyway. He's not a part of your long-term plans. John Simpson can be a part of your long-term plans. I think this works out for both parties involved, especially the New York Jets, who are searching for answers to the tight end spot. More on that in just a moment. Let's ask you, would you trade Noah Fant for John Simpson? Straight up. Got two options on our pinned comment today. Type T for trade, P for pass. Wait in the comments section and let us know what you think. Folks, I want to make sure you're subscribed to Seattle Seahawks Today as we bring you our daily news and rumors. We got live shows 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays throughout the offseason. We're doing our Madden sims, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. There's a solid. Let's get 20 subs off today's video. Why not? Why not us? Best part about it, 100% free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. All right, so I have 4 reasons why a trade could work for both parties involved in why I believe this would be a win-win for both teams. Let's start with the Jets' perspective here. For the Jets, they need a tight end. As of right now, this very moment, the number 1 tight end on the New York Jets roster is Jeremy Ruckert. Jeremy Ruckert? Really? Really? Jeremy Ruckert. That's who they're going to roll with here. Okay. I mean, how many of y'all, be honest with me here, even knew who Jeremy Ruckert was before I even mentioned his name? That's not ideal for the New York Jets. Noah Fant would be a significant upgrade compared to what they have right now in Jeremy Ruckert. So that's the first reason. Number 2, in the New York Jets situation, Simpson's replacement at his position is already within the building there in New York. Max Mitchell is his name, and he's more than capable of getting the job done at that guard spot. So they would be fine. I would say that John Simpson is a movable asset for them, where kind of like what we talked about with Seattle, what they lose in Simpson, they don't lose too much with getting Max Mitchell in that spot, and they gain a lot at the tight end spot by putting Noah Fant there. Number 3, why this trade could work. Run blocking for Seattle would tremendously improve. This is John Simpson's strength. And we already know that this new offensive scheme under Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks will run the football a hell of a lot more. They're going to be a run-first football team. Gone are the days like we saw from Ryan Grubb of throwing it 40, 45, 50 times a game. That's not happening anymore. They're going to open up the run game to open up the passing game. And run blocking is going to be as crucial as it's ever been before. And John Simpson's the right guy for the job if you are looking for run blocking offensive linemen there. And then the last point, Seahawks don't need Noah Fant. They really don't. We know that he's gone after this year. And I feel really good about Elijah Arroyo. I think he's got potential to be a superstar in this league. I loved him at Miami. He's really good. And then A.J. Barner as well. I know that he was more of a blocking tight end in college, but he surprised me a bit. He was a better pass catcher than I expected. I think those two are the future, and the future is now. I would go ahead and give them a chance to take the reins and let this thing get going. There's no need to hold these two back from reaching their full potential here. Should the Seahawks trade Noah Fant? Beyond just this deal, just trading him altogether. Y for yes, in for no. Weigh in the comments section and tell me what you think. Folks, we have an insane deal that we're offering right now. It is this awesome Seahawks hoodie. It was $55. Now it's only $33. Yes, you heard that right. I know it's a hoodie. It's a little warm outside, but good news. It is short sleeve. And even if it is a little bit too warm for you right now, you'll thank yourself later by getting this thing and saving it for later on in the year, folks. We have all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Take advantage of it now for a limited time. Just $33. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours today. We also have other Seahawks merchandise available at that same link. Go see for yourself now. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours today. All right, let's focus on John Simpson for a moment here real quick. Number 1, John Simpson is very consistent. And if you look at the problems the Seahawks offensive line has had, even dating back to last season, the biggest issue was consistency. There would be days they looked really good and days they didn't look so good. They need consistency, and John Simpson can do exactly that. He's a guy you can count on week in and week out. And he's not that old either. 2020 fourth-round pick out of Clemson, previously played for the Ravens and the Raiders. He's played a nice total of 69 career games played with 55 starts in his career. and there's still plenty of good football ahead for him as well. And this is what I talk about when it comes to consistency. The numbers across the board, really good. His offensive grade is a 77.3. His pass blocking grade is a 72.3. Run blocking grade is 79.2. And that's what we're talking about, that run blocking grade being very high. I think Seattle would gladly take those type of numbers right now. Gave up 3 sacks, 7 penalties. I would like those numbers to be a little lower, but I get enough good with the other 3 categories that I can live with the sacks and the penalties allowed as far as that goes. So then, here's what your potential Seahawks starting O-line would look like all of a sudden. I got Charles Cross, who I expect to take up and step up and be a Pro Bowl / All-Pro level tackle this year. Then I get my rookie, Gray Zabel, who we're all very optimistic about, that he's got great potential and should be an immediate upgrade from Laken Tomlinson at the left guard spot. Center goes to Olu. Olu, I thought, did a pretty solid job in the second half of the season last year, taking over after Connor Williams had his surprise retirement. I get John Simpson at the right guard spot, and then Abe Lucas. As long as he stays healthy, we know he can get the job done at the right tackle position. All in all, that'll work if you're the Seattle Seahawks here. If you make this trade, move on from Noah Fant, bring in John Simpson, all of a sudden, we're talking about this team being in fantastic shape entering 2025. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video, we certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today.